Hello, everybody. How we doing? How we doing? This is the alternate timeline. This is pure escapism. My name is Dennis Smith. I'm your host here, like Dennis the Menace. That's right. And may the fourth be with you all. May the fourth be with you. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody. Very exciting. Got the Kenobi trailer. Gonna watch the Kenobi trailer at the end of this. But I kind of just wanted to talk about this is my first Star Wars video. I wanted to talk about my journey into Star Wars. Um I'm first I just want to first off start by saying I'm a super casual when it comes to Star Wars. I am in no way an expert or a sweaty when it comes to Star Wars. Very casual, but I'm new into the game. It's been about maybe 3 to 4 ish years. But I'm very fascinated by the whole Star Wars lore. Um, but yeah, about 3 to 4 years ago, when I was in New York, one of my good friends out there um, made me watch all the movies in order, including some of the side movies. He's a sweaty, like he can connect the dots with everything like that. And maybe one of these days, hopefully, I can get him on the show to talk about it, to talk that Star Wars talk. Um, but yeah, but I just want to talk about my journey. And for the next part, what I'm about to say next, Star Wars fans, plug your ears. Um, I wasn't the biggest fan of the movies. I was not that big of a fan of the movies. Watched all the trilogies. Um, just it didn't grab me. It didn't catch me like how it catches a lot of people. I don't know if it's the style or whatnot, but I will tell you what did get me into Star Wars. You're probably wondering, like, why is he even a fan then? What got me into Star Wars were the shows. Man, for me, the shows pieced together the in between of the movies, and they made the movies better, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, the animated shows are top tier. Like some of the best shows out there are those animated shows, which I'll go over in a second. Um, yeah, those shows piece together everything because I know the movies show like the big events that happen, the big battles that happen, but the shows piece together kind of like everything in between that, and they connect it, in my opinion, and they kind of make the movies better. You get to see how things go down in the shows, how things evolve, how things change within the shows, and for me, that's what made me a fan. Um, so I started by watching Clone Wars, um, and I flew through that show. I'm gonna have to rewatch that show, but it's one of the best animated shows out there. But yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I like I said, I flew through that show, and there's some of the things I don't remember, but Ahsoka Tano literally became one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Um, like right there on the spot, her development was really cool to see. Her relationship with Anakin was very cool to see, as his Padawan. Her arc, where she is a Jedi, but she questions the Jedi and separates herself from them, was also like top tier in my opinion. And then, the whole series of just seeing the beginning stages of Anakin kind of deteriorate, um, like going from light to dark, and you kind of see how the Jedi contribute to all of that. So yeah, that show is top tier. If you're a Star Wars fan, you have to watch that show. That is a must watch if you're a Star Wars fan. Um, so because I watched that show first, I breezed through it. I want to watch so much more of it. I needed like another show to like continue what I was watching. So I started watching Star Wars Rebels, the animated show. It's another animated show on Disney Plus. Um, I had to get used to the animation. It's a little bit different. Like the sabers are a little bit different. Um, and like the people that they look a little bit different. The character builds um seems like a step below what Clone Wars was able to do, but it didn't even matter once you start like once you got used to it. Um, you just loved the characters and the story of that show, maybe even a little bit more than Clone Wars. Um, that show really gives Star Wars fans like some treats later on in those seasons, later seasons, including a showdown with Darth Vader and Ahsoka. Um, with her having like the feeling she knew who she kind of knew who it was, but she wasn't 100%. She wasn't all the way sure. Um, yeah, that show is an awesome show. Um, and it was so good that Star Wars is bringing Ezra Bridges and Sabine and General Thrawn to live action, I believe, and they hinted a little bit of that with the latest Mandalorian season, with the entrance of Ahsoka on live TV. Um, then of course you got the Mandalorian, which kind of captured the internet. Um, just what a great show that is. To me, that's like peak Star Wars. The show really embodies what Star Wars is about, in my opinion, which is survival. People and creatures are just on these planets and different galaxies, just trying to live and survive, because there's so many different threats out there. And the worlds they're able to build in Star Wars is what draws me into the franchise more than anything, I'd say. Um, so yeah, really, really, I think Mandalorian does probably the greatest job of this, especially bringing it to live action. Love the world building and seeing the different settings within, with the different species on them. Um, and yeah, you really get to experience that in the Mandalorian as a bounty hunter, just doing his best to survive and go about life in a way in which he feels is the right way. Um, of course, there's the Mandalorian way, which is like his code that he lives by. But the show also shows, you know, he's also a little bit different. He strays away from that a little bit, um, and a big part of that is because of the fan favorite Baby Yoda, aka Grogu. He kind of opens up Mando's eyes to bigger things. Um, so yeah, that Mandalorian is a really really good show. It's a must watch show. If you're into Star Wars. Then we had Book of Boba Fett, which was in December last year. And a lot of people online call it Mandalorian 2.5. Um, after a couple episodes, it was cool to see Boba still be alive, and get a throne and establish himself. But the show didn't really, in my opinion, didn't really turn up until Mando came into the show. Um, because of the way they built Mando from the ground up, it's hard not to like Mando and his purpose and his journey. Um, and of course, they had the big episode where they used the deep fake on Luke Skywalker. Um, that was big, seeing Luke and Ahsoka together for the first time, especially considering the connections they both have with who. It was awesome seeing Luke train Grogu and realizing there's a whole Yoda species out there, in which we know age like fine wine, right? Um, and the show left off with Mando and Grogu reuniting, and I believe they're on their way to Mandalore to see what's up. Maybe he establishes himself as the leader and keeps the dark saber, which, by the way, is one of the most awesome weapons on TV. Period. In my opinion, what a great weapon. But yeah, all those shows together for me so far, and then there's the Bad Batch too, which I haven't finished. It's kind of like a spin-off of Clone Wars. I need to finish the Bad Batch so I can get caught up because I think they're doing a season 2. But yeah, all those shows together, in my opinion, help make the movies better. Which I'll have to go back and rewatch, like I said, to get a better understanding of things. But yeah, that's kind of my journey and where I'm at. Like I said, I am a casual. I can't really go into the deep dive and like connect dots and get super crazy with it like that. I basically just watch and I'm fascinated by it all. And yeah, I want to see if I can pull up this Kenobi trailer so we can watch the Kenobi trailer together. So I know it just dropped today. So let me see. All right. You guys still hear me? Hopefully you guys can hear the audio on this trailer. If not, just go watch it by yourselves, but hopefully you can hear the audio on this. Let's do it.
They're coming. Stay hidden, or we will not survive.
Leave us alone.
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
Sheesh.
You still want Kenobi. He's gone.
Maybe you've been looking in the wrong places. I want every lowlife and bounty hunter to squeeze him. You can't run Obi-Wan! You can't escape him!
Nice. Let me see. Yeah, it's nice. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear the audio on that. Hopefully you did. But that seems epic, man. It's got a lot going on and kind of get some goosebumps at the end there, right? With the you know who. With the you know who's coming. But I'm very excited to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi, that show. And man, it's going to be interesting. I think the last thing I'll say is I'm going to be watching with an eye on the internet a little bit, because as hype as I am about it, and as hype as a lot of people are about it, there are like Star Wars fans can be brutal, and they're very serious, very particular about their things. And Obi-Wan is such a beloved character that you cannot mess up, in my opinion. So I'm a little like scared for Lucasfilms, them doing this and bringing these characters back, and I don't want them to mess up. That's what I fear, is like them having a screw up somewhere and Star Wars community just going bonkers over it and people losing faith in Star Wars. I don't want that to happen. I'm hoping they crush this. I know they got the big time producers and directors um, on this series, so I'm hoping they knock it out the park, and there's no questions that it's great, and really rooting for him. Let's just say that, really rooting for him. Um, but yeah, that's the trailer. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for joining me. That is my Star Wars journey, and hype for Kenobi, hype for the future of Star Wars. It seems like they are kind of adapting the the way Marvel does their cinematic universe, giving us some movies and some shows. I do want to get caught up more. I actually want to get ahead of the game because I know they're going to like the High Republic stuff, so I might start reading some of those comics. But that's like pre Jedi stuff, like before the first things that we knew of Star Wars, like what was going on before everything, which will be an interesting time to explore. I kind of want to get caught up on that, but that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for joining me, and tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. What you guys think of the trailer. What are you guys excited for with Kenobi and the future of Star Wars? Any suggestions of what I should watch? Give me your top movies. Give me your top movies in order. Give me all of that. But thanks a lot, guys. Like I said, my name is Dennis Smith. I'm your host here at the Alternate Timeline. This is Pure Escapism, and see ya later.